Hi, this is Linda at CreativePLR.com, and I wanted to do a quick video to show you how easy it is to comply with a commercial license requirement. Most places that you buy graphics from, Creative Fabrica, Creative Market, there are plenty of others. They require you to use several elements together to create what they call a new element or a new design that doesn't compete with the original product. One way to do this is to download 3 different packages, although the license doesn't necessarily say that, but they want you to combine 3 different elements. So if I downloaded wreaths like this, I couldn't say this wreath and resell it because it's the wreath that I downloaded and it would compete with the original. And so I would have to change this in some way. One way is to add some elements. You could recolor it as well, but you need to add at least 2 other elements to comply with the rule of 3. And one of the problems that I have with using purchased graphics is if they're not in a color coordinated pack, then the colors are going to be slightly off. You're going to be able to tell. You're going to spend all your time looking for the perfect match. Now, one way you can do that is, because this has kind of a bluish tinge to it, and when I'm adding, for instance, in this one, and this was in the same pack. This wreath was in the same pack. Oh, I've got this group, so let me ungroup everything. So this was in the same pack. This bunch of leaves and some of the flowers. Some of the flowers are my own. But this was in the same pack, and it was originally that blue color too. And so one way to fix the blue color is simply to go up, click on the image, do picture format, and then go in and change the color to a pretty green. Or if you don't want green, if it's the fall and you want some like dried flowers, you could do that, dried leaves. You could change it to something, golden. So the pretty green is what I'm going for now. So on this wreath, now this one's a little hairier than I normally like. I still do like it because it's lacy looking. So I need to add at least 2 more elements, which isn't hard to do. And so one thing I like is I like these, looks like berries or small buds. And so I've got that. Now that wouldn't count as the 3 elements because these are the same element. So I would have to add a couple more things. And I could add this to it and then add another one. Let's copy one and let's put it over here. And if I've got my selection pane open and you can tell it's on the top. So I'm going to just pull it down a little bit so it's underneath some of those others. And I want it in the back. And then these are flowers. These little tiny flowers are flowers that I downloaded from a different package from Creative Fabrica. So you could just take these flowers and you could just start lining them up. And the florist says that an odd number of flowers always looks best. So that's 4, so we'll add a 5th one right in here. And so then you would save it and you would do what it was done. You would group. You would highlight all of this. And you can see in the selection pane some things are not highlighted. That's because they're over here on the side. You would right click and you would say group. And before you save it, because I've done this so many times, before you save it, you always want to move it around. It's like, okay, did it really save everything or am I missing something? And then you could right click and you could just say save as picture. That works. And that would comply with a commercial license because I combined not only the wreath, but I had this piece, this berry piece, and then the flower. So that's 4 items. That would work. This wreath, which is a little hairier or a little fluffier, I made out of leaves that I had created, I had drawn, and I had colored. And so there is no, I can do whatever I want. I could sell it like this if I wanted to. I could put this in my planner and provide it to people with a commercial license, and they could actually use it. Now, obviously, I would save it as a PNG because that's going to be easier. Or I could put some flowers with it. There's my buds again. I've got some of these too. And I've just got flowers, of different types. And these are my flowers as well. So I don't have to worry about putting any particular number on there. I can put any number I want. I don't know if we want to stick with the florist idea, but I kind of like that white one right on the top. And then I could highlight them and save it as a PNG, and then I could use this on a cover. would be great for inspirational wall art. Put an inspirational saying in the middle. You could sell it on Etsy. This one, this wreath is actually more my style. I need to stretch it out a little bit because I've already told you I don't like round. I like the oval. It just looks prettier to me. And I could add the flowers. And if you wanted, you could add flowers all the way around. There's nothing to prevent you from adding as many flowers as you like all over the place. And you could just keep going around the whole thing and fill it in. Or you could spread them out a little bit so the leaves are, noticeable. And so you could have fun with that. Group it. I also have these frames, and I have different colors of these frames. Where's my blue one? There's my blue one. Let's do a different color. Are you tired of the blue? And so here's one, and again, I've got these berries because I'm like hooked on these berries. So I'm going to pull that berry. I'm going to leave that berry there. Maybe I will make a whole bunch of berries all the way around. And I've already cut the stem off this because when I made these berries, they were on a long stem. And I cut the stem off so that I could layer them like this. And when I get two like this, then I might want to copy them and paste them again and then drag them down so that I can lay them all the way around. And that might be one thing you want to do. And then there's different flowers that you can put in. We got this flower. I want that one to be on top. And so, it's really kind of easy. So that's the reason that I create my own graphics, so that I don't have to use the rule of 3. Although you will see it's actually easy to do that because you start layering them, and before you know it, you've got like a dozen different flowers and things on there. So there's that. Okay, I would save that. And then here's a couple others that I did with just a very open leaf wreath. Try saying that several times really fast. So if you like these frames, I'm going to put a link. You can download the frames, the completed frames. I think I've got 5 or 6 that I've made here. You can download those and have them and use them.